Hello Tacticians! Today I am happy to present a practical Mythic journey for a change, because about halfway through his second legendary release event I managed to blue ball Farsight. But before I get to the nitty gritty and titty of it, a small disclaimer. The heat wave we're going through is giving me a bit of a heatstroke migraine, so at times in the practicals I will be even less coherent than usual. Deal with it. Mission 1. Defeat 2 big target enemies with Farsight in one battle. A bit of an opposite of the Yarik's journey I did just before, this mission probably is best done in the Onslaught, because the Tyrannid warriors and Tyrant guards roaming there are big targets. Which I remembered about 5 seconds after loading into an arena match I picked specifically because the opponent had Galgords and Rivas.
The first mission of Farsight's Mythic journey requires him to defeat 2 big target enemies in one battle, and since I entered this arena, which has Galgords and Rivas at relatively low development levels, before I realized that the Tyrannid warriors are big targets, I'm gonna try this rather than Onslaught. Wish me luck. So I've been thinking that if I can bait Galgords maybe here outside of Rivas's, who will deploy here, I'm pretty sure, range, by putting a target there, get Farsight close, then deploy Rivas here to hopefully take out Snotfloga and or Carrion there, with the Dante buff up as well, that I may just be able to kill Galgords and somehow maybe even Karn on turn 2, and then I should be able to set up kill on Rivas with Farsight. Okay, so far I didn't expect that. This is a bit of a problem. I would like to avoid the Va for what I suspect should be obvious reasons. But actually, I could now move here with Dante and Mephiston to probably get Karn killed with the combo while still being out of Rivas's range, and it will soften up Galgords. There, that should let me drop Mephiston here. Very nice, it was even an overkill. My plan was to follow up with Rivas from this hex to finish Karn off had he survived. There. 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 Now, will Galgords want to Va? That is the question. I'm gonna prevent him from moving. There. Something's gonna happen. Good, Va avoided. So now I need Farsight to kill Galgords. So I'm gonna move him in, give him the Dante buff while... Oh, that's a cliff! I really couldn't tell. I thought Dante could destroy this shield drone from there. That means I should have put him here. Oh well. So anyway, Galgord dies with some minor damages to Farsight, but that's okay. And I can start softening up Rivas like this. Good. Oh wow. Okay. So now do I want to soften up Rivas even more? Do I even have anything that will soften her up without killing her? That's a question. Probably not. So I'm gonna go for it. Drop Farsight's active and hope that he Dante buffed will be enough. And he will. Coolio! So now a pro gamer move. There. And that's the arena cleared, and with that even the mission is done. The hard way. Yay! Moving on.
Mission 2. Deal 9000 damage with Farsight in one turn. This mission is probably an auto-clear in a guild raid, but since our current raid boss is the legendary 4 Lion in his inaugural appearance, that's not really a good matchup. And I went for the arena instead.
The second mission of Farsight's Mythic Journey requires him to deal 9000 damage in one turn, and once again I think that's best done in the arena, and I found a lineup where that might work, but I don't quite like the arena I received. The problem is that only Snotfloga and Carrion here have 9000 HP in each of them. So I'm gonna cheese this and bring Actus to have Farsight attack twice. There. So with Mephiston and Dante, oh nice. I didn't expect this to happen, that Snotfloga would position himself so conveniently, and I'm really happy about that. Well, so I should have used Farsight's active. I keep forgetting. Oh, never mind. He can use it whenever he wants, unlike Ragnar. Never mind then. So now what? 5000, that just won't do. So time for a little Dante buff. 8000, I think that's better. There, rest in pieces. And that's the mission done without even needing to use Actus, but I still can, of course. There. And you may be surprised, but that's exactly what I wanted, to get rid of the spore so that Mephiston can do this. Next, I'm not gonna use Ragnar's active just yet on this. Or am I? I want to get Arian killed. Dante will deal pitiful damage without the active. Fuck it. Oh no, use Dante's normal attack first. There. Okay, it may have been unnecessary. Boom. And finish Karian off with the Forge Fiend Blast. And now I just need to weather Lucian's attack, and Karn can't do anything. There. I think that went pretty well. So now what? Now I'm gonna do the Mephiston passive punch again. There, Vitarus extinguished Karn, so let's change that. Finish off Lucian. And I think I'm gonna do this. because while I could have killed Karn safely with Farsight, since Farsight is experience capped, I wanted to get a little more out of the match because I am greedy. Anyway, that's Farsight's second mission done, and I am moving on.
Mission 3. Defeat 100 units with Farsight. I really dislike these long grind missions by now. I was considering using some of my remaining tickets for the Farsight's second event to get through this one, but then I realized that there actually is one stage Farsight can enter with a solid support team that has infinite enemies.
The third mission of Farsight's Mythic journey requires him to defeat 100 enemies, and I think that could be cheesable here in the Legendary Xenos Onslaught with the Winged Prime, because the Winged Prime can produce an infinite amount of enemies. So let's give that a shot. Alright, the map looks viable, and I'm gonna go double healers with Aleph and Gibbous Crabs and full mech. So now what I'm gonna do is just kill everything with Farsight, especially the Tyrannid Warriors, because these are big targets, and if I remember the first mission right, Farsight needed to kill 2 big targets in one fight, so that is indeed doable in Onslaught. There. Yeah, Legendary was the right difficulty for this. My team, most importantly the Diamond 3 Farsight, can tank here no problems. And I don't think there are even going to be any barb guns that could snipe out Gibbous Crabs, so that's going to be nice too. So now what I need to do is to just bear with it until the Winged Prime arrives. Actually, no, the Winged Prime isn't gonna be a problem. I will need to bear with it until the Neurothrope arrives, because killing the Neurothrope is going to be important, seeing how the Neurothrope can stack infinite damage. Then again, I do, okay. Spores were ouchie. Back to the Neurothrope. There. The Neurothrope can stack infinite damage, but then again I do have double healers that can remove the Neuroparasite. I see the Winged Prime, I see the Neurothrope, and I'm kinda tempted to just kill the Neurothrope now very safely when nothing can move using Tson'ji, but that's gonna take a lot of time. There, that's I'm gonna call it 300 damage, so about 20 turns. Yeah, screw that. There. So now Farsight is gonna eat a spore, but that's fine. Yeah, one is fine. Okay, gonna keep firing at the Neurothrope. That probably didn't cause any real damage because of the Tyrant Guard, but that's okay. Oh, nice. And the Tyrant Guards in here are almost big enough to be viable for the second Farsight's Mythic Journey mission to deal 9000 damage in one turn. So that's something to keep in mind if you don't want to do that in the arena. Okay, the damage piled up a bit, but it's still okay. There. nice. The Winged Prime is already producing infinite summons. That's good. And what's even better is producing them at Farsight. And I didn't even see a damage pop up. That's weird. Okay. Those splashes into Giba scraps are not nice. There. Okay, the Neurothrope is literally taking no damage from Tson'ji. And that shouldn't really be the case. Because that looks like the machines of war aren't kept by the damage percentage or no, something from the Tyrant Guard. Oh. Okay, and those splashes from the Neurothrope are dangerous. So I'm gonna start doing something about that. Because they can potentially kill my Giba scraps and that would mess with the rest of the run. There, Neurothrope wants to get Giba, that's good because now Galgords can do this. There. There. And there. Okay, and at this point I will just clear out the trash with the other units, keeping only the Winged Prime alive, so that the mission is more controllable. There. There. Score the kill. I'm gonna destroy the spore with Tson'ji because I should be able to. Alright, Winged Prime wants to be on the high ground. Well, no biggie, I suppose. There. Sadly, I can't quite automate the healing now. Because if I move around too much, I'm pretty sure it will get fucked. Then again, I do have an idea now. So I'm gonna shuffle like this. There. That wasn't a good idea. Now the Winged Prime will fly over. There. But on the other hand, it may still be recoverable from. So what I want is everybody healable by Aleph. There. And the Winged Prime always putting a unit next to Farsight. Then again, Farsight does have a ranged attack, so it doesn't really matter, and this should work. There. Get rid of these guys. Okay, and now I think the positioning is solved and the stage is going to be healing automated, because Aleph's passive can keep Giba Scraps with his cyborg body up. So all I need to do is kill a buttload of the little guns now. With that, I think it's okay if I just skip to the end of the video, so see you in a bit. Alrighty, so 20 minutes of this riveting gameplay later, I think Farsight killed enough stuff that now clearing the stage should complete the mission. Let's see. Oh really? There, die. So how many did I get? Yes, that was my daily onslaught, and yes, that was 100 kills with Farsight. Very nice. Moving on.
Mission 4. Defeat 5 enemies under the effect of Markerlight with Farsight in one battle. If you don't have Tson'ji, you will probably have to complete this mission in a high tier onslaught where the enemies can survive a shot from Shossail so that he can Markerlight them for Farsight to finish. If you do have Tson'ji, you can complete this mission very easily in pretty much any onslaught stage you want. Or you can recognize an opportunity when the arena gives you a good map and a viably looking lineup with a Biowar.
The fourth mission of Farsight's Mythic journey requires him to defeat 5 enemies under the effect of Markerlight in one fight, and while this would be rather trivial in Onslaught using Tson'ji, I'm gonna try and do it in the arena also using Tson'ji. And I think this map, coincidentally, is gonna be the perfect thing for it. So, seeing as there is this very convenient cliff that I can use to hop on and off with Farsight and potentially Aleph or Row, I'm gonna try and do just that. The long-term plan here is to clear the dangerous enemies, which means Mephiston and Galgords. And then I'm gonna what? Right, then I'm gonna let the Biowar spawn more spores, and the spores should be able to give me the kills. I'm sorry, I'm running a migraine, so thinking is difficult. So who needs to die? Galgord needs to die. So I'm gonna make sure Galgord dies. And I would very much like to kill Mephiston. So I'm gonna try to do that. There. Okay, I may be able to score the first kill with Farsight like this. Yep, that's number 1. And do I want to give the enemies? No, I'm gonna kill Laviscus. There. Good. Farsight survived Dante, so now it's time to start killing the spores with him. So that's kill number 2. Gonna very safely repair Farsight. And I think I would prefer Ragnar surviving over Dante, so I'm not gonna kill him, but I am gonna fight their Dante. There. Okay. So that lets me kill a third spore, like this. And I'm gonna try and get Dante killed using Mephiston's double tap. Okay, that is good enough, I believe. There. So this is spore kill number 3, I believe. Maybe 4. I'm gonna say 3. And I will do this. There. And this. Boom. So I think this is Markerlight kill number 4. And this is now perfectly manageable. There. That should be Farsight skill number 5, but again, migraine, I don't completely trust my memory at the moment. So I'm gonna go for, well, more to make sure. There. And since the bombardment is coming, I have played enough turns, so this is gonna be the last one. And I'm gonna have some funsies with funny interaction between Aleph and Dante, because the Scarabs benefit from Dante's buff, and that makes them terrifying. And that was the 4th mission of Farsight's Mythic Journey done in an arena. Very nice, and moving on.
Mission 5. Deal 50,000 power and 50,000 plasma damage with Farsight. Did I mention I don't find these long grind missions fun? I did? Good. So this one is probably best done in a guild raid, but we were still up against the lion and I didn't have a ticket anyway, and I was hot and unhappy and having a migraine, so while the arena would probably also be a good option, I needed something that didn't require quite that much brain power. And then I remembered mission 3, and you can probably already guess where this is going.
The 5th and final mission of Farsight's Mythic Journey requires him to deal 50,000 power and 50,000 plasma damage, which I'm going to do in the legendary Onslaught again, while honoring my Biowar so that it gets closer to Mythic itself. Alrighty, I'm gonna go for the same lineup as for the, what was it, 3rd journey mission, but this time I will take a slightly different position with Aleph here in the center at the side, so that everybody is healable by just Aleph. And I'm not really gonna worry about which damage types I dealt until the Winged Prime arrives, because I may have mentioned it before, got a headache and thinking is hard, so I'm just gonna do it the stupidest way possible, or well, stupidest, the least thinking intensive way possible. There, gotta make it idiot proof, because right now I am a very good idiot. Okay, so the spores damage is kinda scary. Yeah, hopefully nice, that got rid of at least one. And I think Galgords can take it. Shouldn't be that much of a problem, I hope. Okay, I may have been a little optimistic there. You die, please. Fix Galgords. And now the final wave is gonna arrive, so the heroes will hit. Or hero organisms, I guess. I really want to kill the Neurothrope ASAP, so I'm gonna override the hex just north of Farsight isn't actually there. I keep forgetting that about this map. Oh well. Good. No, I probably don't want to do any sporage. Good. Good. The Winged Prime is already producing. That's the Parasite of Vortex dead. That should be the Neurothrope dead. Nobody wanted that warrior here. Why are you doing this to me? There. You die. And you get shot. You get repaired. Okay, nice. The Winged Prime is happy there on the high ground. Good. There. And I think this will let me do the mission in peace. So, with the summons being at, I'm gonna call that 2000 HP, I just need to kill 25 of them in melee and 25 of them at range. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, Winged Prime wants to be up on the high ground, so that was 3, that was 4, that was 5, that was 6, that was 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, halfway there, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and that should actually be enough. So now I'm gonna switch to ranged attacks, and I hope that the Winged Prime will still be happy to just wail on Rivas, because right now I can't see any... Oh, never mind. There is a hex where Winged Prime will be attacking something from high ground, so this should work. 1. Oh, must avoid the fire. Ugh. And I call that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, And that probably was enough, even though some of the little shits survived because they were standing on bushes. So now I'm gonna do my best to finish the stage while still collecting a little extra damage, and hopefully that was enough. Yep, ranged enough, melee enough, cool! And that's the final mission of the journey done. So all that now remains is to turn in the mission, get the last remaining mythic shards and orbs, find Farsight in the hero list, there he is, and not ascend him because the ascension isn't gonna be available until his last legendary event is over, which is gonna happen in about half a year at this rate. Now, that's a bit of a disappointment, isn't it? But it's how the game works. So yeah, Farsight. As you may have noticed, I have him maxed out because it looked like he would be a good raider against some bosses, considering I already had about half of the other heroes that work well with him built to fairly high. And then Labubu arrived, and Farsight became mostly useless. Buyer's regret? Absolutely! Oh well. So yeah, I ran out of steam, so this is where I'm gonna end the video. I hope you found it entertaining or maybe even educative. If not, well, hopefully some of the other ones. And I hope to see you again soon. Kaurin, out.